The Xiaomi Mi 4i, announced recently at a global launch event in New Delhi, is a comeback of sorts for the company. It fills the gap the Mi 3 left behind, which kind of explains why they are similar in most ways, including the camera, a 13 megapixel unit. We took it for a spin to see what the performance is like, and here are our impressions. First things first, the camera unit of the Mi 4i is a combination of a 13 megapixel sensor from Sony or Samsung paired with a fast f2.0 lens. The camera app which powers the experience is simple but effective with a lot of useful options, just like its home MIUI V6. There are quick access options for HDR, flash and the manual options which let you change the white balance, ISO, shutter speed and focus at a swipe away. While the interface is minimal and easy to use, the app does seem a bit slow on the Mi 4i, especially when switching between the cameras or going into the gallery. Anyways, let's talk about imaging performance now with respect to these images we shot. The fast f2.0 lens creates a nice bokeh when used with macro shots like these. The detail too is mighty impressive and the colors very real. This shot of a lock has great detail even at 100%. Talking of detail, with the default settings, the Mi 4i manages to resolve text from far distances, which is also not that over-sharpened, a good thing. High dynamic range is something that MIUI's camera app does very well, as we have seen. There are two options just like on the Mi 4, Live HDR and Normal. The Normal mode has higher contrast and a more pleasing output, but Live HDR manages to have the most realistic dynamic range. The shadows look real and the processing is not as aggressive as the Normal mode. In low light, the phone takes advantage of the fast f2.0 lens again and produces a bright and detailed but noisy image, which in the end can be slightly compensated with the handheld twilight mode that reduces noise to an extent. We also noted that when using the camera, the phone heats up just like many other Snapdragon 615 devices, so it's got more to do with the chipset than anything else. The chipset also enables 720p 60 frames video, which can be manipulated into a 25 fps slow-mo in the camera, but the quality leaves much to be desired. However, the full HD mode without HDR is pretty good. With HDR though, the frame rate drops to 15, which leads to undesirable results. All said, the Mi 4i in its class is way ahead of the rest, with clean camera performance in all conditions, something that matters more than boatload of features. However, a quicker and cooler performance of the camera would just make it better. So that's what we found about the Mi 4i's camera so far, but you might need to wait for the full review to find out more. To do that, hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and do let us know if you have any questions about the camera in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.